Yo, what's going on, you guys, and welcome back to my channel, Action Creature. And today we're taking a look at something new, a little bit different for the channel too, but somewhat in the same vein. We've looked at third-party stuff before, so now we're going to be taking a look at the CT Toys Amazing Spider-Man, which is a bootleg of the Mafex Amazing Spider-Man #1. And that's a figure that I always regret on passing because I heard there's a bunch of QC issues and stuff when it first came out. So I just went ahead and passed on it. And as the years went on, that became more and more of a mistake. As you guys may know, if you're interested in a figure like this, the original Mafex Spider-Man has gotten upwards of like maybe $1,000, 600-ish during COVID times. Now it's kind of cooled off around, I think, maybe 300 to 500. But yeah, really expensive figure, really expensive. So honestly, a bootleg of it was kind of welcomed. I usually would never get a bootleg of a 1/12 scale figure because they always come out with newer stuff, reissues, stuff like that. But I don't know, for some reason I was worried that we were never going to get another Amazing Spider-Man 1/12 figure, so I went ahead and got this bootleg, and it was only $20, so let's go ahead and find out if that $20 was worth it. Okay, so starting off here at the head, I don't know if you guys can tell, but the inside of the head is slightly hollow. There you go, you can kind of see it from the side. Slightly hollow, and the inside is painted gold. And in hand, it gives the eyes this really cool effect. It's kind of hard to pick it up on camera, but you guys might be able to tell. So that is just awesome. And I gotta say, for a freaking bootleg, man, this thing has got some clean paint. Cleaner than the original. It's almost to the point where you almost feel like maybe you should dirty it up a little bit to have it look more like the movie. But just look at that paint on the head. Those web lines are so clean. It still has the original like textured sculpt of the Mafex. And for a bootleg, it's damn good. It's damn good. $20? You gotta be kidding me. Here's the body. I mean, more of the same, still got that texture. The spider logo is really nicely painted. I'm such a huge fan of this suit. I love original ideas, like all new looks for really well-known characters. I love when movies or comics do that kind of thing. But yeah, check it out. Even the shoes, bottom of the shoes are painted. Shoe detail is really nice. And it's there. I mean, the hands too. Golly. Let's look at the bottom of the hands. Got the web shooter painted. Maybe the web shooter should have silver in the middle, but I can't remember. I think it does, but I might be wrong. Bottom of the hands painted. I mean, they really went all out for this bootleg. It's crazy. But yeah, so that's how the figure looks. Let's just go ahead and get into the accessories real quick. Alright, so for the hands here, we got tooth whipping hands. And these are nicely detailed, like the fist. So just expect that for all the hands. We got 2 web grabbing hands, 2 relaxed hands, and 2 sprawled out hands. For the webs, we got 1 long web for him to just grab onto. Here's the web compared to his body here. So 1 long web, and then 2 of these little wrist peg webs. And that's how big they are compared to the body there. And then lastly, we got this little stand for the figure. And I will say, you know, it's a cheap little stand, but all the joints are really tight. And this will be able to easily hold up most of your 112 figures. So it's not a bad stand. And usually these type of grabbers that are just inserted to the little T joint here. Let me show you. These types of grabbers where you have to actually put them in are normally super loose, but this one has got some good tension on it, so not a bad stand, honestly. Pretty good stand for a bootleg figure. So you get Spider-Man, all those accessories for $20 freaking. Can't beat that. All right, let's go on to articulation. So starting with the head here, the figure can lean its head to the right that much and to the left that much, so that's really good. He will look up that much, so it doesn't look up too much. One thing I didn't notice earlier is there is kind of a split in the side of his head there, so just be careful of that. Don't push it too hard, and he will look down that much. So really good movement at the head here. Really great movement for a bootleg. The head and neck kind of get a little off center sometimes, but it's okay. You just kind of have to maneuver it back so it's straight on again. For the body here, it'll crunch forward that much, lean back that much, and then going side to side. Pretty limited. To the right that much, to the left that much. For the arms, let's see, kind of on an interesting joint here. Almost feels, all right, so it's a ball peg with a ball hinge going into the shoulder, it looks like. So you can get the arms once you tuck it in to the collar there to go out to the side that much. They will go down that much. Rotate 360, obviously. Bicep swivel. Double jointed elbow. When you really push the elbow, you start to see these metal ring joints that they use for the double jointed elbow, but it's not too noticeable when it's straightened out, looking normal. For the wrist, just a normal ball peg, hinge, swivel. And let's see. Oh yeah, the torso can also twist, obviously. For the hips, you got drop down hips, so the legs can kick up that much, but it's going out at an angle there. And they'll go back that much and out to the side that much. So pretty normal hips, looking good. Double jointed knees, more than 90, not much more than you can ask for. For the ankles here, we got a ball hinge, so they will go up that much, down, really good amount, and then some beautiful ankle pivot, perfect. Okay, and then we got a toe joint that bends up an okay amount. Better than most figures with a toe joint, I think. So for the articulation, I mean, what can you say? You know, like this guy can freaking pose just as well as the original. Probably, maybe even better since this is like a newer figure. But yeah, this thing is freaking awesome for a bootleg. And it is totally worth $20 if you're okay with buying a bootleg and adding it to your collection. If not, well, hey, I hope they reissue it for you, but probably not going to happen anytime soon. But who knows? Maybe it will. Marvel Legends is doing a Lizard from this movie, so they got to do a Spider-Man, right? But then again, it's Marvel Legends, and they kind of suck, so there's that. But yeah, guys, let's go ahead and do some comparisons, and then we will end the video here. Sorry, kind of having fun just posing this guy. Whee! But yeah, all right, let's do some comparisons. All right, so here we got our bootleg Spider-Man. Here he is next to Toy Biz Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. And these look pretty good together, even though Andrew Garfield is supposed to be taller. So that is one thing with this bootleg, is it's pretty small. So if you don't really care about scale, then good for you. But if you're someone that cares about scale, then I don't know, maybe you might want to pass on this one. Because this is the old Toy Biz right here. And as you can see, the Toy Biz Spider-Man is taller. You could drop down the hips, get some extra height for him, just a little bit, and that brings him to close to the same height there as a Toy Biz Spidey. But he's not taller still. Up next here, we got the symbiote Mafex Spider-Man. And, you know, he's a bit all around bigger than Andrew Garfield Spider-Man here. Just bigger build. He's taller. He's in kind of a leaning back pose, but yeah, as you can see, this is almost like a different scale. Like, what would you call it? 1/13 scale or something, like just slightly off. So he is a little bit smaller. Let's see. Next we got our Bandai Final Wars Godzilla. I love this figure. It's just a fun little cheap figure. And hey, he's taller than Godzilla here, so that works. Up next we got the NECA Raphael. And this guy completely dwarfs Spider-Man. So, yeah, it's up to you guys. I mean, if you just want this figure and you don't care about scale, it's only $20 freaking, you know. $20. You really cannot beat it for, you know, a figure that goes for $200 to $300, maybe even $400 sometimes now. So, yeah, you guys, I hope I give you enough information on this figure. Do whatever the saying is. Do what you will with that. And hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you on the next one, y'all. See ya.